Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I got my black truck here, 2002 Silverado. Going to be adding a turbo to it soon, and I found a really good deal on a boost gauge, so we're going to install that right now. A little bit about this truck. This is an LQ4 swap, but it's got 799 heads that have been milled, so that's about 10.5 to 1, 10.8 to 1, something around there. Not exactly sure. The Trailblazer SS intake, so it does not have the smog pump would pump into it. You can see it's like molded into it, but it's cast over. So that's I'm going to drill and tap the plastic for the pipe fitting for the boost gauge. So we'll get the throttle blade off and everything so we can catch the chips going through. Not a huge deal if you get some in there because it's plastic. I mean, it'll burn through. If you can't handle a little bit of plastic, then you probably have bigger problems when you start boosting it. But I guess I'll go ahead and show you the gauge I got and where I plan on mounting it. Pretty huge mess going on. Been doing LEDs and all the door switches and everything, but this is a Autometer gauge and gauge mount. This goes on top of the steering wheel on the column. I have the triple pillar gauge pod for a while. I wasn't crazy about it, took it off and everything. I do plan on getting an edge insight for that truck, but I like having a manual boost gauge. I think it's kind of cool, and I got it for like 20 bucks. So we're gonna plumb everything in. I'll show you how to put this on, show you how to hook up this little fitting. There's the pipe, and this is a little crush deal for the vacuum hose. I already have it installed in the back. Also need to run power for the light. This is a manual gauge, not an electric gauge, so it just it mechanically moves the gauge from vacuum or pressure. It's not boosted yet, so obviously it won't read any boost, but it'll read vacuum. And then we just need switched power for the light to come on when the headlights come on. So, I think it is also worth mentioning how clean this is. I run an oil catch can preemptively right here. I haven't found a good place for it, but it does catch oil, and look how dry it is in there. And also, this is ported by a friend of mine, 454 Chewy. It does a really good job. But we're gonna be drilling right there, so figure we just stuff a rag in here, catch anything. Don't forget to pull that out. That would be bad. But so it is a 1/8 pipe. So just gotta find the right drill bit. Alright, so I looked up the size. It's 21/64. Drill it and tap it. Don't go too far when you tap it because this isn't very thick, and the pipe threads, it gets wider the further in you go. So just start the threads, and because this is plastic, this will kind of thread itself. And same thing, don't push it too far through. You don't want it to obstruct any airflow. I just use a little bit of silicone because I don't plan this thing ever coming back out unless I blow it out. But I don't plan on running 40 pounds of boost. I think we'll be okay. So you put that throttle body back on. So I just noticed this. This piece doesn't actually replace this. It goes on top of it, so it comes with some double-sided adhesive. Doesn't really tell you where to put it, but that's just where I did. Clean everything up with alcohol. That goes on, there we go, goes on top. Also comes with these little push pins, 3/16 holes, so we'll do that after we stick this on. So here's what it looks like. Other than, you know, having a gap, there's like a step, I guess. It just goes on top. I think it looks pretty damn good. So I'll run the vacuum line here in a second. I'll show you. So like I said, this is just a manual gauge, not an electric gauge or a mechanical gauge. There we go. So just positive and negative. Just ground it out right there. And then there's a fuse tap right here. This is the 10 amp and illumination one. Not crazy about these things, but these aren't, it's not pulling a lot of amps just for the lights, so whenever the headlights come on, it comes on also. I can put it back on. I kind of like it right there. It's different. Most everybody puts them right here, and I did. I had some other gauges here a while ago. I got rid of them. Like I said, I'm working on my double DIN conversion. I'll do a video on that, and also I got a pocket right here because most of the time it's not a pocket. It's where your OnStar is, or if you don't have OnStar, it's just blank, and there's like my airbag switch was right there. So I just tucked it up behind the dash, put this here. Back to the Edge Insight, my Duramax. I have it right here. I might end up putting it here eventually, but I found a mount on eBay. Also be another video. My guy puts it here. That's pretty cool. So we'll go over that in another video, but for now we're going to continue with the boost gauge. Have to route through firewall, and I already have some holes up there. I didn't drill those. Those are just there. I don't know what from, but be a good idea to the section where it goes through the firewall, cover it with a whole bunch of electrical tape, or maybe put a couple layers of heat shrink on it. That way it doesn't rub through. Then you have a vacuum / boost leak. But we'll get it ran through, and I'll show you how to plumb it into that fitting and put on the intake. So it comes out over here, routed it through the back. I'll show you how this guy works. You put this fitting on, and there's that little wedge fitting. Whew. Shove the hose in there, deep as it'll go. Tighten that down. And don't tighten this too tight. You don't want to completely pinch the hose off, but you gotta tighten it, snug it up, and it'll squeeze that tube, seal it. Alright, put our intake back on, fire it up. Here, see it in action. I gotta kind of 2-foot it because my tune is all jacked up. Seems like it works. Yeah, like I gotta say, my tune's all messed up. Not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna be taking it to someone else. I don't know if it'll be before or after the turbo, but regardless, something needs to be fixed. See, when you first turn it on, it's been sitting for a while. It does not like to idle at all, and it's plenty warm. It's almost 100 degrees outside. It should start and run no problem. But yeah, so there's coasting, no throttle at all, pulling a good amount of vacuum. Something's wrong with my taillights too. I don't know. That's something. I don't know. Nothing but problems with this thing. So happens when you start modifying stuff. Cool. Alright, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna get out of this truck before I sweat myself to death. Hope that was helpful. I know, so this is a TBSS intake, a little bit different on the Gen 3, the normal ones that come on these trucks, the intake right there. Sometimes there's a fitting you can buy off eBay. It's billet aluminum, already is threaded for pipe, or even comes with a little nipple on it, so you can just plug right into it. But I updated it. Same thing. You just got to put it somewhere on the manifold where it's going to have a vacuum/boost reference. You want it on the manifold too, because you'll get manifold pressure instead of boost pressure coming off the turbo, because it may be more or less at the manifold. So yeah, so that's where I decided to put it. Let me know what you think. I'll leave the description or parts for this in the description. This one is for an automatic. It's a different one for a manual, because there's the cutout for the shift lever. Oh no! Whew, that was a close one. Anyway, thanks for stopping in. Take care.